Hi there, everybody. I'm Jennifer Angel. This is my overview of horoscope for August, 2022. All right, so let's have a look at what's going on this month, and then I'm going to do the individual charts. So, of course, every month there's a full moon and a new moon. So this month, the new moon is right at the end of the month, right through to 26th, 27th, depending on where you are in the world. And it's in the sign of Virgo. So this is going to help us all get, more organized, get our routines together. I mean, some signs prefer routines more than other signs, but it's like that old saying that my mentor, Dr. John D. Martini, used to say: if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. And I am always talking about and promoting the Evernote system. It's really an amazing system for organization. And if you're like an organized fanatic like I am, then it's a great system. But whatever you use, just make sure you get a system in place. And this month, with a lot of planetary action in and around the sign of Virgo, then getting systems down and getting them in place and following them is, really highlighted now. It's a great thing to do. The full moon is going to be around the middle of the month at around the 12th, and it's in the sign of Aquarius. So this is a highly creative area. So, the full moon really gives it, like when you have a full and a new moon, it's like a trigger point. So it really just gets things going. The full moon sort of clears the way, sort of like if anything's not really working, it's a good time for you to go, you know what, let's get rid of that and let's get focused. So the clearer you can get with your life and your plans, your goals, your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, then the better it is. And so this creative energy in Aquarius really helps to do that. The other thing that it helps to do is it helps you to help other people. That other great saying is, help someone else achieve their goal and then you achieve yours. All right. So this is like very, very relevant this month. And so if you can find somebody and if you're in business for yourself, then if you can do like a joint venture with people, you help them, they help you. It's like, you rub each other's back, figuratively speaking, of course. And then, so that's a great time to get that sort of organized and up and running and together. Mars is going to make a move this month. It's been in the sign of Taurus, not that comfortable in Taurus because it's opposite energies. Mars likes to push forward and get things done. Taurus likes to sort of, look it over, get the information, make sure it looks and feels right. And so, in that sense, they do work together. There's a reason why opposites attract, whether it's people or planetary vibratory energy. And that's because they all each bring something different to the table. In this case, it's like evens out, balances it out, but it will move into the sign of Gemini. And in Gemini, it's quick thinking. Okay, so if you get an insight, you want to write it down, get it down. Sometimes when you get those flashes of insight, you just don't want to let them go. It's great to either have a journal if you're old school and like to write things down. And by the way, journaling is very, very useful for many different things. Once you write it and you actually write it rather than type it, it opens up different neural pathways. And once you write it, it commits it to paper. So it's like it has more strength, more energy. So yeah, that's why people are always talking about journaling. I have a journaling. If you go on to my freebies page on my website, jenniferangel.com. I have a whole journaling handout there. You just, go through and click on it, and, you'll get it and you can download it. So yeah, let me know. Let me know how you like that. There is a very favorable connection between Jupiter, which is retrograde at the moment, and mind you, there's a number of planets retrograde right now. Let's have a look. There's Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, all slow-moving planets, and Jupiter, all outer planets. And, there's always, and it looks like Uranus is going to go retrograde this month as well. It's stationary retrograde for getting onto the third week or so, third or last week. There's always planets retrograde, okay? So, nothing really to be that concerned about. But Jupiter is a planet of abundance and expansion. It's like big thinking, all right? So, and it's trining, which is a favorable aspect, almost like a fateful aspect. It's like a easy path, traveling downhill rather than uphill, let's say. And it's trining with Venus. So Venus governs love, of course, the love goddess, and money. It also very much about relationships, whether it's about money or anything else, then there is like an underlying relationship vibratory energy with Venus. But it's also about your self-worth, okay? So it very much governs, how much it challenges you. How much do you really think you're worth, So you want to do this, but, do you feel worthy about it? And it's got nothing to do with anybody else, okay? It's just purely about how you feel. And so you're in control of setting up that vibratory energy in the universe. So, with the Jupiter, Venus energy works really well together. It's like, but you've got to raise up and get on that higher vibratory sunbeam, all right? And the way to do that is to notice your self-talk. Like, what are you saying to yourself? The first step, and if you follow Mary Morrissey, then she'll say this too. It's like, the first step of doing anything or changing your life is to notice what you want to change. And every time you notice that, you go bang. And, and bang means pivot, okay, no, that is not serving me, that thought. I mean, where did that come from anyway? Like, did somebody tell me that and I decided to believe it? No. Okay. So, you go stop and you pivot then and change it to the thought that you want. Okay. And you have to make change in your life, because a lot of these changes are paradigms, as Bob Proctor would say, bless his heart. He's watching up there, one of our angels now. So you have to put conscious effort between changing it. And I just said to a friend the other day, I said, listen, that person's like a negative influence in your life. Every time you go to see them, it upsets you. It's like, it doesn't mean to say you have to cut them out of your life forever, but you're not strong enough right now to be around that person. It reminds me 30 years ago when I gave up smoking. Mind you, I grew up in that era where it was cool to smoke, and I gave out 3 times before it actually stuck. And at the end, that third time, I thought, you know what, I just can't be around people that smoke. I'm not disciplined enough. It's such a addictive, thing. And so for a while, I didn't make a big deal about it, but for a while, I just stepped aside and say, oh, you know what, I'd love to, but I just can't do it right now. And, let's catch up next month. And so I just cleared my life of people who smoked, and that was the way that I got through it. Well, guess what? It's the same with anything else in your life, until you get strong enough that you can be around that that person. And let's face it, sometimes it's your best friend or your, you know, your husband or your mate or family member. And so it's not possible to cut them out of your life, even if you wanted to. Or maybe it is. But the point is just, you know, give yourself a break, you know, like do what's right for you. So this vibratory energy that's set up is very much a message for you to do that. And I would encourage you to really look at that, because that's how real change happens, if you taking control. I mean, as Mel Robbins will say, no one's coming to do it for you. And I love her. She just gives it to you straight, you know, and she's right. You know, no one's coming to do it for you. It's like, it's up to you. All right, but Venus is in the sign of Leo now, so it's, you know, it's big energy. Let's not forget Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun is here as well. It will move into Virgo, so we've still got birthdays for Leo and birthdays for Virgo coming up, so happy birthday. And Mercury, the communication planet, is here right now as well. All this energy happening in Leo, so, you know, Leo's like a bigger than big sign, you know, it's gregarious, it's like exciting, and like go for gold, you know. And so put that energy with the Aries, so it's fire sign. Whenever it's a trine, then it's within the element, okay. Put that with Jupiter in Aries, then it's like, let's get going, okay. And that, like, if it's something that you really want to do and it's dear to your heart, then just go all in. And sometimes when you want to go all in like that, sometimes you just have to filter out some things, filter out the distractions, and falling back into old habits that don't serve you anymore are distractions. All right. All right, there's a bunch of stuff going on this month. So if you've been watching me for a while, I sort of don't go through every single sort of thing. I like to keep them sort of short and straight to the point. So I'm going to sort of close it off here. I hope everybody has an amazing month in August. I'm going to go ahead now and do the individual reports. All right, so thanks so much for watching, and please forward this, please subscribe to me. I'd love that, and we'll see you next month. Actually, we'll see you before September, because I've just moved from doing the weekly videos to the monthly videos, so I can do some life coaching type inspiring mindset videos through the month. All right, time wise. Thanks so much. Bye for now.